What we did just there was a little bit like an intention practice at the same time that we were using the senses. The sense of touch is actually another powerful sense that connects to all of your nervous system, essentially. Here is a list of a variety of different outcomes that research indicates that when you place regular moderate pressure touch, so like if you go get a massage, or if you get a hug, or if you do these kinds of what I call hand hugs, there's documented research that indicates that it can help increase oxytocin, decrease cortisol. It can actually stimulate the vagus nerve, which we've talked about before. It can help increase parasympathetic activity. It's just got a whole bunch of different outcomes. You can go look at this review study if you're curious. And part of the reason that this is happening, I'm just going to remind you, I know I show you this diagram a number of times, but remember we've got the peripheral nerves, and you've got the sensory division of your somatic nervous system in your body, and the vagus nerve is helping to carry information back through your whole nervous system up to your brain. And when you're using touch, when you're using different types of pressure, this involves both your sense of touch, which is external, and your internal sense of pressure. So these two combine, and that's what partly connects to the vagus nerve. Now, when you combine these two, one of the things that's happening is this vagus nerve, you can see here that it connects to your parasympathetic and your sympathetic activities of your nervous system. When you're nudging the parasympathetic nervous system to turn on a little bit, it means that you can end up telling the sympathetic nervous system to turn down a little bit. And this can help support a feeling of calm. This particular practice we're doing right now is called hand hugs. You can sit or stand, you can have your eyes open or closed, you can be in repose again. You just want to use the same practices we've already talked about in terms of finding an environment where you feel like you are most comfortable to try any of these practices. And remember that you have choice here. You can modify these practices. So I'm just going to invite you, what's going to happen is I'm going to rub my hands together, recently washed, maintaining our COVID-19 safety standards. And then what I'm going to do is after these have rubbed together for a little bit, I'm going to press my face and my chest and my arms and my upper thighs. Basically, I'm going to use the palms of my hand as kind of giving myself small hugs in multiple portions of my body. So I'll just demonstrate really quickly, and I'll do it 2 times so that you can get a sense. I think I might try to I wonder if I can make myself bigger. So I'll just go ahead. So I'm just going to move my palms together rapidly for about 15 seconds. And then I'm just going to feel them, pull them apart, and notice. I'm going to put my attention in between the palms and feel how that feels in between them. I can notice temperature or any other kinds of sensations happening. And then I'm going to pretend these are like a warm washcloth, and I'm going to press it to my face and then to my neck. And I stay in each spot for about 3 seconds. And don't press any place that feels uncomfortable, of course. I use my arms, my upper arms. I'm going to press to my belly, my chest, my lower back. And I know you can't see it, but I'm pressing my upper thighs as well. And if you're in a public situation, so when I teach this particular activity in college classes, one of the things I do is you can use the back of your neck. No one has to know what you're doing. You don't have to do the hand rubbing like this in public. What you can do is you can just kind of, I'll rub my hands on my upper thighs just a little bit. It doesn't even have to be for 15 seconds. It can be 5 or 6 just to kind of stimulate. I think it's mostly just stimulating blood flow in your hands, and it increases your sensitivity in that moment. So when I'm in public, I might just do that and then, you know, kind of place my neck and head into my palm and give myself a kind of a subtle hug when no one knows what I'm doing. You don't have to know that anything is happening. This is just me attending and supporting the body and supporting my nervous system, and no one has to know what it is that I'm doing. So I just invite you again to check in and see how you're feeling in terms of, you can just do the simple scale of how pleasant you feel, and then the 1 to 10 of activation if you want to. So here's an opportunity if you'd like to share what you notice in the comments, you know, anything that's interesting or surprising or a new understanding for you. You're also welcome to email me.